Hello everyone, my name is Haley. Hope that you're all doing well. Welcome to my official Flamingo Crossings Village tour overview. More so, I'm not going to give a tour of the whole thing, but I'm going to explain a lot of things that maybe you want to know before you come. If you're coming on the Disney College program or you just got in, congratulations. Lots of fun, make the most of it. I have a whole series of Disney College program videos on this channel, and I'll have that whole playlist linked down below. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments and I'll do my best to answer them. I also first want to mention, again, I do not speak for the brand or the company, Disney Programs, or Flamingo Crossings Village. I am just a resident, recent participant. My program ends here in like 2-3 days, so I just wanted to give my little bits. It's also important to note that the program does change stuff a lot, or frequently, so some of the things I may mention whenever you come may not be the exact same, so just know that things maybe do change on how you maybe rent out some of the activity equipment or different times of stuff being open, stuff like that may change whenever you're here. So just note that it's not gonna, maybe all things may not be in the same spot whenever you come, that whole thing. So I first want to start off by saying the Flamingo Crossings Village is for Disney College program, international program housing. I think that's it that's allowed here. So you have to be a part of a Disney program in order to be able to stay here. This isn't something for oh, cast members can just live here for funsies. It's you have to have a set date program, and that's when you're here for. So it's very similar to a college atmosphere, because everyone's just a part of these programs and doing things like that. Another thing to mention, and this is something that I didn't know prior to really coming, something they didn't really talk about in the vlogs a lot, there are two campuses for Flamingo Crossings Village. There's an east campus and there's a west campus. Here it is on the map. The east campus I would say is the main campus because it has the classrooms and stuff attached to it, which I'll show here in a few minutes. So that's something to note too. You're not in a big campus with everybody, so some of the videos or vlogs you may watch other people do, the campus may look a little bit different. That's probably because they're on the west campus. This is going to be an overview of the east campus. They basically are the same, and I'll talk about the differences as we walk around, but there really isn't anything different besides they're across the street. Also on the map here you can see there is a Flamingo Crossings shopping plaza, which is super nice, very, very convenient. You can walk to it, and they have these nice little overpass bridges that you can cross the street and go over there. There's a Target, a Walgreens, a Starbucks, a Wendy's, a Five Guys, a bunch of hotels, which are super convenient if you have family visiting. It's a great place to stay, and we are just I'm not even kidding, not even 2 minutes away from the Walt Disney World sign. You pull out of this east campus or even the west campus and you just drive straight and you see the sign within a minute or two, which is absolutely insane. This is closer to Disney's Animal Kingdom. So Animal Kingdom is just right up the road, and you make a right, get on the highway, and there it is. So that's really nice. We are so to the parks, which is awesome, but specifically the Animal Kingdom area. I think that's it as far as that kind of stuff goes. You can bring your car here. You do have to pay for a parking pass. I'm just gonna insert the map here one more time. So as you can see, it's kind of a hub, squared off areas of housing and not. I overheard someone say that there are 10,000 residents for both the east and west campuses total combined. So there's 5,000 at east, 5,000 at west. Not sure if that's 100% accurate, but that gives you a rough estimation that there's a lot of people here. So walking up here to the main area, this is the main tap in entrance. So if you were to use one of the Disney program buses, this is where you would enter and exit. One last thing, I did receive a question about accessibility here. I have seen people use different mobility wheelchair devices living here at the college programs campus, the Flamingo Crossings, and you may also have service animals here as well. You have to get those like approved and things like that, but again, if you're applying, you can talk to someone directly about how that works, or different accommodation sort of things like that you may need. So hopefully throughout this video too, you will see the accessibility to all of these different buildings. But coming up here to the front, like main entrance area, this little building right here is like our security gate. We do have special like key cards that we use to get in and out of Flamingo Crossings, as well as to your room or in any of like the like gym or community building or classroom buildings and stuff. So that key is used for everything. So you can go to the Disney College Program buses. Now I do want to talk about the buses for a minute. I personally do have my car here, but I have used the bus systems like 4 different times just to test it out. They are good. Like I don't really have an issue with them. There is an app that you can track like when the buses are coming and when they're here and what time they're going to pick up and all of that sort of thing. So I really loved that. And there is a bus stop at both the East and West campus. Again, you like show your ID, get on the bus, like that whole ordeal. And a lot of the buses do drop off at multiple places. The ones that go to the parks usually just drop you at the parks, but my one issue that I found is most of the time the buses drop like in somewhat backstage areas. So if you're visiting the park as a guest, you kind of need to know how to get back up to the front of the park in order to enter the park as a guest. But otherwise, I didn't really have any issues with them. I know a lot of people that do use them, and of course they're accessible buses as well. So anyway, this front area is where buses would pick up and drop off for the East campus, and then there's also a little like Uber, Lyft, like drop off, like Uber Eats, like pickup area, like little kind of bus loop for cars to come in and pick you up and drop you off. And then turning around here, we have the main building, and this I think is the biggest difference between the East and West campus, because you have Apprentice Hall here on the east side, and that is where they do traditions, which is like your like welcome to the Disney company, like here's your name tag sort of deal. This is the building they do that in. This is where all of the classes is in Apprentice Hall. It's 2 stories and they're just like big classrooms, and they'll bring speakers in to talk, and all of that's over here on the East campus. So if you're on the West campus, you will need to kind of plan ahead on coming over to do some of the classes and stuff, because there's that little bit of travel time. But it's super pretty in there. There's also the Disney Programs desk, so if you have any questions like work related, scheduling related, like that sort of thing, they'll help you out there. And then there's this breezeway section, which is kind of iconic. They have some games, some seating area. It's really pretty, and it's nice that it's covered so you can still hang out with people whenever it's raining, and they have cool lights up at nighttime, so it's like a good little hangout spot. To the left side, that's the like community center. So the bottom floor, there is a desk to help with any sort of housing situations, like if you need, you know, something fixed in your apartment, like you need to talk about housing stuff, like your room, that's where you go to and they'll help you out. There also is like an online like site you can submit like maintenance requests to, and I personally have to say I have had no issues with that. I give them huge applause for that. I've submitted stuff and sometimes they would come like within the hour I submitted it. They would come the same day, fix it, they'd follow up about it. Like I am truly amazed and happy with the services of the like maintenance of the rooms, and the upkeep of the whole campus is wonderful. Like they're constantly, you know, trimming the bushes. Like there's always someone like keeping the place neat, and you know, I'm just amazed by that, and it's wonderful that they upkeep it so well. So that's just a big shout out to them. And then the like back half of the building on the bottom floor, that is like a little community hangout spot. There's a little service window. You can rent out basketballs, beanbags for cornhole. You can rent out wagons if you want to take them over to Target to bring your groceries back, or if you want to like move in, like you can rent one of the little wagons to move in. You don't have to pay for it, you just have to like give them your ID. You use the item, and then when you drop the item back off, then they give you your ID back. So That's at least how they do it as of this moment. But you can rent out little like gaming consoles and stuff that you can plug into the different TVs. There's these little like office like rooms that are just kind of first come first serve if you need to do like a Zoom call, you know, work on homework, anything like that. There's just so much seating in there. Then there's this big screen that they do like movie nights on, which is really fun. So that's a good little hangout spot. And then on the upstairs level, to note, of course, there's elevators in both buildings, and they have, oh no, it's raining, and they have a gym. Now I'm not going to film in the gym, but it's super nice gym. They have like day lockers up there so you can put your stuff in. Super nice. Oh my gosh, so much equipment, just so much stuff to use. It's amazing. There are pictures of the gym on the website if you're curious. I just don't want to film anyone who's, you know, utilizing the gym right now, but it is it's very nice gym. And it's important to note that both the East and West campus have like this community center like gym building, but only the East campus has the apprentice hall classrooms attached to it. So that's really the only difference as far as like amenities go. So then at the end of the breezeway you kind of reach this area, which is just like a big seating area that they said was to be kind of designed to feel like kind of like a Central Park kind of vibe. And these are actually trees like from like New York like kind of area. So that's kind of cool. It's like a little fountain area, just seating, little grassy area. It's pretty cute. And then you just kind of get a 360 of like all of the residence buildings. There's a big fire pit here that you can turn on at night. So you can see they have little lights in the fountain, which is really fun. If I turn back this way, there's the breezeway. You can see kind of lit up actually right now. This is the apprentice hall like classroom building, and then this is the community center over here. I realized I am filming this on New Year's, so the building's closed, so I can't really film inside of it, but I kind of peeked in the windows a little bit so you could see. This is a really nice area. We're actually going to go over here just behind the community center, and I'm going to show the mailroom and the pool. So this is the like first pool area. They are both the same. They're just like reflected. Like there's one on this side and there's another one on that side over there. This middle building has like bathrooms, like a like changing area for the pool. And then all the pools, well, these two have like big screens. They play movies out here. They're playing like sports games out here. I think you can request what they play out here, but sometimes it was kind of just random. There's like lounging chairs, picnic tables. They also do have grills. Like there's grills over there that you can use and stuff like that. There's a hot tub in there. Really nice. It is an infinity pool, and then they do have the like assisting like chair to get into the water if needed. There's a few of those all around. So for me, this is the back side of the community center, and then this building over here, the bottom level is actually where the packages are. I see a lot of people walking around in there, but basically what that room is, it's like Amazon lockers if you've ever done that before. So you'd be like texted or emailed a code or a barcode, you go in and scan it, and then the locker door will open. So there's no one actually in there like helping you like get your packages or anything, but that's where all of the packages go to, and I'll show you where all your letters come in once we get over towards my building. But that's kind of this side. If you look at the map again, like this whole half of the inner kind of rectangle is both pool areas, and then there you go. You can see that kind of leads to more buildings over there. There's the other pool, and then they'd be playing like two different movies on each side. And then as I walk around this kind of like center area, we're gonna like leave the front. They do have lots of games around, so there's like ping pong table over here, there's cornhole. It's like kind of covered too. They play music out here, so it's not like everyone's like sharing like one ping pong table. There's, I don't even know how many just around here. There's like foosball up here, lots of palm trees, very Florida like. And now this is just mirrored on the other side, but there's like different activities you can do over here. So over here we have what's known as the Great Lawn. This is where they do all the welcome events at. Just a big grassy area. And then we have these huge basketball courts, which I do have to say, there's always someone using them usually, but it's kind of raining right now. But people have like full tournaments going. It's pretty cool. They also have the little emergency posts out here too, just like how most college campuses do. And also down this way they have like beach volleyball. And then over here, there's someone over there right now, but there's like this covered area. This is where I was sitting at the beginning of the video. There's like TVs, tables, couches, and then there's more grills over on that side. So those are all like the kind of activities to do. There's so much that you can do here on your days off, just like a relaxed day, evening with a bunch of friends. Like there's just lots you can do with all the gym and community center and little outdoor activities. Now we approach the living like situations. So as you can see here, like for example, this is building 8 and it's color coded green. and there's some blue detailing on it for Bagheera. So all of the coloring on the buildings do match like the character associated with it. And then each of the buildings at the bottom floor have the character name with a quote and then a description of the character. So all of the character themed buildings are scholarly characters. That's the whole point, is they're supposed to be scholarly characters because we're all kind of like college age people. And we have like a character to be like associated, like connected with, and that's how we form like communities. If you watched any like college program stuff, like way back whenever it was like Vista Way and like those kind of vlogs, this is what they tried to recreate here. So everyone has their own like associated community, like, oh, like I live in Bagheera, like where do you, like what like little neighborhood are you in? So as soon as you move in, at least as of this moment, they're giving you like the cast like member lanyards with the character associated with the building that you're in. So like I'm wearing the Bagheera lanyard right now, so maybe someone else also wearing the Bagheera lanyard would be like, oh my gosh, hey, like we lived in the same like area, same complex, like maybe we're next door. Like just another way to meet people and kind of have that sense of community here still, even though there are a bunch of us, and that's something we can all kind of talk about and relate to together. Now this pathway over here actually has stairs up to my building, but I'm actually going to enter over on the other side. Now, as I was saying, the differences between here and the West Campus, the only other difference besides Apprentice Hall is the building characters, of course. Over here, the East Campus is classic Disney, so there's Doc, Bagheera, Cheshire Cat. It's like A, B, C, D, E, F, G is like all the whatever. And then the other side has more like newer characters. I believe there's a Figment building, which I'm really sad that I did not get to hear about the Figment building. I think they're actually building it right now, but it's like newer characters, like the newer generation of characters. And also in the community center building, there's like drawings of like classic Disney characters over here, but the drawings over there I think feature like Marvel and Star Wars too. So that's very, very cool. So there's like two different sides to it, like which side are you on? Anyway, I'm now in the parking lot here, so it's super convenient. Park my car right here. There's my building right there, so that's pretty good. There's also lots of like wheelchair parking spots here as well that are super close to the different buildings. Of course, different like ramp, slope, sidewalks, lots of that going on. Not really super like many levels going on. I also forgot to mention that little like front area that has like the stairs that's like kind of Central Park themed. There is a ramp to go up to that as well, so in case you were curious. Like for example back here, like these are some Cheshire buildings back here. You can see lots of different little seatings. There's lots of benches, like there's another little covered area. There's these cool like covered little chairs around the corner. And conveniently on the first floor of my building, this is a mailroom. It's for buildings 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. And this is just another little hangout area. There's more little games you can do. But then this is where all of your letters go. Now you don't get a notification or like an email or a text or anything whenever letters arrive here, but your room will have a little key on the fridge that is used for one of these little boxes here. And this is also where you can send outgoing mail. You can't send packages from Flamingo Crossings, but you can send letters. And then this is where all of the letters go in here. So as I said, I'm Bagheera, and there's like my little saying and whatnot. All of these buildings are 4 levels high. There is an elevator over here as well, of course, for moving in. Super, super convenient. So I'd say this is like the main entrance to the building. I don't know how many rooms and everything are on each floor, but I guess there's kind of some math there if you want to do that. There's an elevator here, super nice, although I'm just on the 2nd floor, so I usually just park my car and just come up these stairs just right over here. And then it's nice, we have this little like seating area over here, little tables, little couches, little rocking chairs. And then actually just around the corner from the stairs, that's my room right there. Actually, it's my room right there. My roommates and stuff are home right now, so I'm not going to film in the room just yet, kind of talking about like my kind of must-haves, tips and whatnot. But it's a fun little view from up here, little palm trees and things. So that's my brief little overview, I guess, of the whole campus. Again, super nice, so much to do, although there's not a lot of time to like use the things. A few things I do want to mention here. There are 3 different room styles that you could live in. There's what's called a 4x4, which is 4 bedrooms, 4 bathrooms. There's a 2x4, which is 4 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, and then there's a 2x2, which is 2 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms. Each like suite has 4 people in it, and you each pay rent. Now the rent gets a little more expensive depending on what room style you choose or you put as your preference. The 4x4 room is like the most expensive, and the 2x2 room is the least expensive of them. I mean, they're all still very, very close in price, but there is like, I don't know how much difference, but just as a heads up for that. I'm living in a 2x2, so that's what I'm going to be showing here. Although the living spaces are exactly the same, it's just the bedroom spaces or bathroom spaces that would be slightly different, but I believe they're generally the same. Another thing here I do want to mention is bugs. Now, I never really had like a bug problem, but I will be transparent, and I did see 3 cockroaches in our apartment the second month I was here. So that was in the summertime. I mean, not fun, you know, you don't want that. I clean the apartment like every week, just because we're all in and out and, you know, in the theme parks all the time. So, you know, we kept it clean and we still found few. I would just recommend whenever you come here, like whenever you're like buying stuff at Target or whatever to like move in, just buy like the little like cockroach traps or get them on Amazon. And just whenever you like clean and get all settled in, just put one under the couch or whatever, like just set one around. And then Flamingo Crossings, they'll also come and spray for bugs for you if you like put in a little request for it. So they also did that. Never saw them again, never had an issue. I mean, it really wasn't that big of a deal. I mean, any place that you live in like this, like you're gonna get something at some point, so no biggie. But if you want to avoid that all to begin with, just do that way back at the beginning, so then you don't have to. So that's what I would recommend, is putting just a few of those out in like the living space if you want to put one in your room. I mean, otherwise never really saw them again. Like I said, they upkeep this place really good. I heard other people say they found like 1 or 2 in their room the whole time they've been here, and that's it. So just a heads up for that, but that's pretty normal here in Florida anyway. So now we're gonna head over into my room. Another thing I'm really glad, I watched a lot of these kind of videos prior to coming here myself, and the IDs, I put a sticker on the case, so that's not actually the ID. On these like room keys and stuff, the room doors were kind of hard to open at first, like kind of confusing. So here's just a little clip of me like locking the door. So you have to like tap the key and then spin it either way to unlock it or lock it. That's just a little demo, because it's kind of confusing at first. Just so whenever you move in, you can actually get into your room. But you learn it really quick, don't worry about it. I was super nervous about coming here just because I was like, oh my gosh, I don't know, like there's so much going on, but they tell you a lot of things. Just follow your little like scheduling guide and go there. They do like this little class thing. It's like Housing 101 or something like that, and they'll go through like the whole lease and everything. At least that's what they're doing right now, and that was super helpful, and they like told you a bunch of fun facts about the campus and all that cool stuff. So I know I would recommend going to that just to like make sure you have an understanding of like different rules as far as like having visitors and things like that, just to make sure you don't get in trouble, because that's not good. So that's my kind of brief overview. We'll head into my room here, and I'll just point out a few things that I'm very glad that I brought, and then also mention most of the things that was provided here as well. So as far as the actual like room goes, I'm just going to briefly go over a few things that I'm glad that I brought. I will have linked down below my full Flamingo Crossings like room tour and like how I decorated my room and stuff. But again, this is just like the day before I'm packing, so this is just kind of what we're left with. As far as the laundry goes, here's just a look at it if you want to get an idea of what the settings are, just for that kind of stuff. I loved having this here. Oh my gosh, it was so nice. I did bring a drying rack though, and I'm glad that I did. So drying rack, good time. Broom, dustpan, Swiffer. We also brought, but you were provided the washer and dryer. Fabulous. Just be sure whenever you get here, like it was clean, although you may want to just pull this out and make sure like this is all clean in here, because I've seen a few videos where it's just a little bit dirty in there, but nothing too bad. But just make sure you look at that beforehand. We also added this whiteboard, which I thought was super helpful, that all of our roommates we just put our schedule on it. That way we can just kind of see where everyone is, or if anyone's available to hang out, or like do dinner night, movie night, whatever. It was just cool, like good to see, like, you know, where everyone was okay, that kind of thing. Trash can, you are provided these two. We bought a bigger one because those are super tiny. We thought the bigger one made more sense. Again, I brought little like bug spray sort of thing, which we haven't had to use it, but at least we have it just in case. I also brought like pillows for the couch, but you do get the couch here, the coffee table, the chairs, the little entertainment stand over there. Were all provided in this area. We just hung up some additional decor. There's a ceiling fan in here. I brought my record player. I thought that was fun. There is no DVD player, so one of my roommates did bring a DVD player. Although I don't think you need it. Like, this is like a smart TV, so you can link your Netflix, Disney Plus, all of that. I have talked to a few people that they brought like their Roku, like, or Amazon Fire Stick or whatever. I don't even know. Those different things to hook up to their TV just so they could do a little more stuff. I mean, you can do that. They do have like a billion HDMI cables and different plugs down there and up here too, so you don't need to worry about that. As far as putting in like your gaming consoles and whatnot, also some of the outlets do have USBs in them too. Love the nice big sink. Did bring the paper towel holder and different like soap things and what, like all that we brought. I also brought this drying mat, which I honestly liked better than the big drying rack taking up space, because this we could always fold up and put away if we were having people over and whatnot. So I personally like this, that I would just wash every week. Down here we bought this little shelf thing for like your locker or whatever, but I used it down here so we could store more cleaning products in it and any sort of like laundry stuff, and I feel like that worked really, really nicely, just so everything's a little bit better organized. Of course, you do get the dishwasher and whatnot, and then you do get select pans. Like all of these ones we brought or purchased, like cupcake tin, baking sheet, like pans for making pizzas, like we brought those. I feel like I've never seen that mixing bowl before, so there's a chance that that was not here. The pots and pans that you do get are these metal ones here, and there's 3 of them. We purchased this one, but you get all these tin ones like this. Like we brought these pans as well, so just know that if you're looking to do more in-depth cooking, this whole thing was here with the silverware in it. We just brought additional like cutting utensils and additional kitchen items. Like we brought all of this stuff in here. Napkin holder we brought, toaster we brought, Keurigs we brought, which I think, you know, my roommate's happy that that's something that they use every single day. I also have my Keurig, my blender. Again, that's kind of if you want them. As far as these things go, these cups were provided, whole big set of these, and then also these white bowls here and the plates. So we brought everything else. We brought like, purchased like Tupperware kind of like containers and whatnot too, and we also brought more mixing bowls. So yeah, there's a pot that was already here as well. So nothing else here. We did of course bring kitchen towels and oven mitts. We brought of course snack bags, like we brought all that stuff. Oven here as well, good time. I like having the cabinets for everybody. Fridge, good time. Also important to note, there is an ice maker in there. We just brought a scoop for the ice maker because there is not one, but that's just something maybe you might want. Ignore this mess because I'm cleaning out everything right now. I again purchased these little racks for in here, that way I could store more snacks in with these little bins. I personally think I could organize like so much more and get more snacks in there by doing that. So that's something, again, you don't necessarily need, but I thought was a little more helpful if you're here for a longer period of time. I also bought those same racks for in my bathroom area. As you can see, just another little drawer to keep everything in, but the amount of storage you have under here is absolutely insane. Like you have so much storage down here, so you don't really need to worry about storage for all of your stuff, because like you have all under the sink here too. You also have storage in here, all of that, good time. You have all the whole counter space as well. Again, this is for a 2x2. I don't even know what I'm wearing. Anyway, in here, I believe the plunger was provided. Everything else was not. The garbage can was there, I believe. And then nothing in here, but as you can see, there is good space here for all those things. And then there are little shelves in the shower too. I brought like a little thing for like put my razor on, but again, not needed, not necessary. Also bought trash cans for my room and for like the bathroom area too. Then for my room stuff like laundry basket, things like that. What I don't like about the 2x2, really my one big thing is I like to have a desk. I like to work at a desk to do videos and art stuff. And in here I could not have any sort of desk or table or anything. So what I did is you're provided this kind of rolling table, which I talked about all in the room tour video. I bought this little cube stand instead to use as a nightstand so I could, excuse me, roll that table around. Although I never did, so there's that. Anyway, so that just gave me a little bit more storage as far as all of that. As far as in here goes, I believe I'm talking about it in the packing video, but I loved having a calendar in here just to keep track of, you know, your schedule and whatnot. Enjoyed that. There is a ceiling fan in here, although I did have another fan, which I personally enjoyed. Otherwise, nothing else really needed. The amount of storage you have in the closet, I talked about this in the room tour too, is fantastic. Plenty of space to hang stuff. And then this is so tall. I have all these boxes in there for like the Keurig and everything all stacked up. Plenty of space up top. Although for this bottom portion, I did purchase a little rack for my shoes. I thought that was personally helpful, but again, those are just my like little things that I enjoyed, but you don't necessarily need. So I'd say the stuff that you more need to bring is stuff out for like the living space, but that's something maybe you and your roommates could all pitch in on or split when you start talking to them or whenever you get here. But those are some things that I would definitely consider, you know, bringing or buying whenever you get here that may help you out. So that was my little overview of the Flamingo Crossings Village. Hopefully you all found this video helpful. Let me know in the comments, you know, what's next for you. Are you coming here? Anyway, I hope that you all have a great time, and remember to do what you love and do what makes you happy, and I'll see you all next time. Bye.